Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work, and Manny Pacquiao meet face to face and discuss a rematch for this year.
We have a chance for rematch.
Of course, if I was Pacquiao, would I be chasing Mayweather to do an exhibition of the payday? Absolutely, I will.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one.
Surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything. And you know,
Floyd Mayweather has challenged Manny Pacquiao for a possible second fight, hinting at one more major event that has fans buzzing with rumors and excitement.
And the caption says, I'm coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao this year. Another 9-figure payday on the way at Mayweather Promotions.
George Kambosos Jr. gave his opinion on Manny Pacquiao's return, showing excitement for the exhibition fight with Mario Barrios. He calls Pacquiao a true icon and says even though this comeback was unexpected, it might surprise a lot of people. Kambosos thinks that even at this point in life, Pacquiao can still make a big impact.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and you know try his best. That's what Manny. One thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight Lucas, and you could see it. And then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in I think last year, it's hard to watch. I know Manny, I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and if he turns it on, he can still do it.
Hard training sessions at Wild Card Gym with longtime trainer Freddie Roach are turning heads in Los Angeles. Pacquiao looks sharp and determined, hitting pads and doing mid-drills with his usual intensity. Roach stays close, giving tips and support as the two prepare for what could be one of the biggest boxing comebacks of this decade. Floyd Mayweather has given his opinion on Pacquiao's comeback, saying he gets why Manny is taking this exhibition bout, especially if there's big money involved. Mayweather says he'd likely do the same if he were in Pacquiao's spot, with the WBC belt at stake against Barrios. It's a real challenge, and fans are getting louder about a possible second fight between these legends.
We have a chance to have a rematch.
Of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely, I will.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one, because the first one, you know, we know the fact that I have injury in my shoulders.
There's no blueprint on how to beat Floyd Mayweather.
He's older than me.
You know, when we talk about Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer. But nobody has the remedy on how to beat Floyd Mayweather. Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing.
I'm still young, so what I have done and accomplished in boxing, I think it's one of a kind, because to get a different weight division is not that.
Manny talks about his first fight with Mayweather, saying he thought he did enough to win, even though he wasn't in top shape. He doesn't blame Floyd, but instead points out that things outside the ring can sometimes twist even the best people.
My heart that I thought I won the fight.
Okay, but do you want the rematch in part? How do you view him just as a person, not about the fight, but you've expressed before that you never really liked what he stood for outside the ring as a person, and you would like to defeat him because of that. Is that fair to say?
I'm what I see him outside the ring is you know, of course I don't want to blame him, but the way he grow with the wrong community, I mean, like, and you have to know how to respect and how to, you know, not so arrogant or anything. I'm not saying that, but you know, sometimes bad company corrupt good character.
There's no question that a second fight between Pacquiao and Mayweather would grab huge attention worldwide. Fans still bring up their first battle like it just happened, and many feel the timing didn't allow for a true battle between two greats.
Speaking of Mayweather, fam, do you see they're doing the Pacquiao rematch?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say
This
that, bro.
guy-
I was
bro.
about to say that. They announced it, and all the
In
fans were
the
like,
weirdest way, bro. It's like, yo, they didn't even know. It's like they didn't know if they actually meant to announce it or not.
This
Or
what I'm
like
saying.
that fight's actually happening.
I heard in the comments that they announced it in like Chinese or something before, and then the crowd
was
went
in, like,
crazy.
Japan, right, or
Yeah, like in their
Oh.
language they announced it, and then they went crazy, and then they did it in English, and then like that was with silence.
That makes sense because yo, MannyPacquiao said it's like no one cared. I was like, bro, are we like hearing
Like,
the same thing from?
people
Like,
are
the
sa-
man just said he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, and no one cared. Everyone's like, okay, like you know, hand over the mic, dog. Like, bro, like, bro, it's
People are
like
saying
massive.
that. They're saying that, or they're saying, oh, like where they were, it's like culture to not like make noise during stuff like.
Nah, bro,
They get to
you
respect
know the
what they
fans
do.
that Manny Pacquiao has and stuff, bro. If he's announcing that fight, you know these guys are going off.
Pacquiao says that talks are ongoing to set up a rematch with Mayweather later this year. Nothing is official yet, but with both sides dropping hints, the talks seem serious. These discussions come while Pacquiao is already getting ready for Barrios, so he might be planning to win that first, then settle things with Floyd.
I can say that more action than compared to the first one because the first one, you know, we know the fact that I have injury on my shoulder, so I did a lot of this training camp. We did a few things, but not really a heavy training like what we did in the usual the 12-round fight. But because this is just a 6 rounds and 2 minutes per round exhibition match, but we did a lot in training, and I think this is a very good stepping stone to come back in boxing. We will see.
So what would the result be?
The prediction is will not last 12 rounds, I think.
Wow, it won't last 12 rounds.
At 46 years old, Manny is pushing hard through an intense training camp in LA, with Roach helping him. The countdown is on for his July 19th fight against Mario Barrios, and every workout shows how badly he wants to prove that age won't hold him back. Pacquiao's daily workouts include a mix of lifting, sparring, and endurance training. The drills may look the same, but this time the meaning behind them is stronger. He's not just showing up, he wants to win big. The focus in his eyes and the force behind his punches show that this isn't just a return, it's about making history.
Day one. Marvin, good.
Even after all this time, the rivalry between Floyd and Manny hasn't faded. Floyd still talks about his win, while Pacquiao's supporters argue that the timing changed the fight's result. Both fighters still remember the tension, and all the talk about a rematch keeps the old fight fresh again.
MannyPacquiao he's not a better fighter than me.
Floyd, what is your assessment of Manny Pacquiao and his shoulder injury?
Come on. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Excuses. He was throwing combinations. Everything seemed just fine. He lost. He lost. I lost a lot of respect for him. You know, you fight. If you lose, It's okay. Mayweather was the better man. We fight 10 times, I'm gonna win 10 times. We fight 20 times, I'm gonna win 20 times. We fight 100 times, I'm gonna win 100 times. MannyPacquiao, you're not on my level. MannyPacquiao, you will never be on my level. Period. Simple and plain. It's okay to be number 2. It's okay to be right behind me. It's okay. I won. I know I won. I know I'm the better fighter. MannyPacquiao spoke about that. He shouldn't have.
FloydMayweather.
FloydMayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna say he's right and I'm not gonna say he's wrong. You know, but it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said, it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Not everyone is thrilled. Boxing legend Ricky Hatton raised doubts about Pacquiao's return, questioning if it's safe or fair for someone his age to fight younger guys. He compares it to other older fighters trying to come back and warns it might hurt their legacy. Fans and experts also wonder if, after all this time, Pacquiao's body can handle the speed and stamina needed to keep up with Barrios, especially with the risks that come with age.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
One analyst takes another view, saying Pacquiao's comeback isn't really about winning titles again, but more about making money. The match with Barrios is set to draw huge audiences because of Pacquiao's worldwide fame, no matter who wins. It's a smart way to remind the world how big his name still is.
And of course, we don't want permanent injury po kahit kanino, kahit po kay Anpo, but I want him to be knocked out. But the reason why I wanted that to happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him when he returned to boxing.
Pacquiao says this comeback isn't just for cash. He speaks honestly, saying he still feels tied to the sport after spending years in government. He says the support from fans and love for boxing keep pulling him back. He's not after money, he's searching for a proper ending.
Retirement's supposed to be fun. What happened? You're supposed to want to stay retired and relax and have a nice life.
I changed my mind and I realized thinking that the boxing still love me and I love boxing, so why not? I'm not continuing my journey in boxing.
Now, a lot of people have the question how busy you are as a senator and how is that going to play into you preparing for a fight, because preparing for a fight takes your heart and your soul, and you already have a very difficult job as a senator.
Just time management, discipline. I can still manage working in the Senate and then training.
Pacquiao has said this isn't just a goodbye tour. He wants to finish strong, beating Barrios, and maybe Floyd would help him leave with honor. It's not about reliving old glory, but showing he's still a fighter who never quits. Their rivalry wasn't just in the ring. In 2009, Pacquiao sued Mayweather for defamation over steroid accusations. The case was settled, but it added more fuel to their feud, which reached courts, headlines, and huge arenas. ESPN's Dan Rafael joins now. Dan, what does Pacquiao want from the lawsuit? Well, I just got off the phone with his lawyer, Daniel Petrocelli, and asked that. He said even with fight talks happening, the things Floyd's camp allegedly said were so damaging, they had to respond with a lawsuit, fight or not.
We now welcome in ESPN.com senior boxing writer Dan Rafael. And Dan, what is Pacquiao hoping to accomplish with this lawsuit?
Well, I know that the negotiations for this fight have been ongoing, but I just got off the telephone with Daniel Petrocelli, who is the attorney for Manny Pacquiao, literally moments before coming on the air. And I asked him that exact question, and his point was, regardless of whether or not they're negotiating this fight, that that the comments that they alleged that the Mayweather people had made were irresponsible and reckless and malicious, and they had to answer it no matter what. And so they felt like they had no choice but to file the lawsuit regardless of whether or not the fight takes place.
Pacquiao also has a case for being one of the best fighters ever, pound for pound. Think about it. Though I don't believe he tops the list, which probably belongs to Sugar Ray Robinson, there's still a strong argument. Legends like Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, and Pernell Whitaker come to mind. But Pacquiao's record stands up well. Bill James, the baseball stats expert, once said you have to judge greatness both at their peak and over their full career. For Pacquiao, maybe his peak was at 140 pounds, when he crushed Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and others.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen. And they're both in their primes, in the same weight class at the same time. We have to see that fight. So Pacquiao's peak was just about as good as anyone in history.
Pacquiao's return is part of a bigger trend in the sport. Like Tyson and Mayweather before him, he's stepping back into the spotlight once again.
Fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. I didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. He punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed? It's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who for one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
Pacquiao he hasn't been a pro in a minute, and they're coming back to fight someone for a belt. Barrios technically should win, but this isn't fair. Like, we could have had Brian Norman Jr. versus Barrios, but we're getting Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. I don't think anyone wants to see that. Manny Pacquiao is past his prime. He's not in his fighting years no more. And then can he make 147? And then you're letting him fight for the belt. That doesn't make any type of sense. And then if he beats Barrios, let's say hypothetically he beats him, is he gonna unify? Because Boots, that's sitting in the lamp to the slaughter. Brian Norman, that's sitting in the lamp to slaughter. This doesn't make no sense.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, usually.
When did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit.
No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. She couldn't spar with other females a lot of times because they
unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong, and so yeah, most of the time the smart partners, they were dudes, but I couldn't really even spar with her serious. Until I was 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah. But at that point, I was already too big for her, so